Hello chums, and welcome to Setups for Simpletons. I've created an entire series dedicated to explaining Gran Turismo 7's quirky and sometimes unforgiving tuning system, but sometimes it's nice to just copy someone else's homework and be done with it. So in this series I will take one car at a time, show a complete setup, and a lap of the Nürburgring for good measure. Disclaimer, if you use my setup it does not mean you're a simpleton. Let's begin! A few days ago I posted a setup for the Alfa Romeo 8C at 700 performance points. Now it's the turn of the Audi R8 4.2. The numbers look good for the Audi since it's both more powerful than the Alfa and lighter, not to mention it has all-wheel drive. For the visuals, the car has the wide body fitted, along with aftermarket wheels that are smaller than standard. Increasing the size can slightly improve agility, but it will be unsettled by the curbs more. Reducing the size will give it a softer ride. It has a front splitter for front downforce, and a custom wing set for that precious rear downforce. This is a 700 performance point setup, so not every upgrade has been fitted. For power upgrades, I've prioritized camshafts, crankshaft, and conrods because they do not increase torque, allowing for more peak power at the same performance point rating. I have also fitted the high RPM turbo, which shifts the power band upwards and allows for more power still at this limit. When setting a car up for a given performance point rating, maxing out the rear downforce and setting a low front downforce value will usually reduce the rating and improve stability, allowing for more power. In almost every case it works out faster overall, though the car can feel understeery. In this case, the front downforce isn't that far off the max, and it can still run nearly 700 horsepower. It does still understeer though, so the rest of the setup is geared towards trying to make the car feel slightly more awake. Compared to the Alfa Romeo 8C from last time, the Audi R8 feels lacking in a few ways. Pace certainly isn't one of them though. The Audi isn't the most entertaining car to drive, since it generally feels rather numb. As mentioned, I've made several small tweaks to try and wake up the handling without making the car unstable, but to be fair I've not had much success. There's no lift-off oversteer to this Audi, so it can be a pain to get the car turned in, while it also understeers when accelerating. Despite that, it can actually oversteer at low speeds. If you plant the throttle on the exit of a sharp corner, the car will rotate, oversteer, and still push wide all at the same time, making for quite a dissatisfying experience. Sending more power to the rear wheels through the center differential just makes this worse, even if it does improve things at higher speeds. So, constant lift-off understeer, coupled with power understeer at mid to high speeds, and power oversteer at low speeds. Now, realistically, these are quite small problems. This car is very fast, very easy to drive, but as mentioned, it can be a frustrating experience, especially if you're trying to get the absolute best out of the car. For mere mortals like me, it can feel like the car can achieve amazing exit speeds on one corner and understeer into a wall on the next. It is very quick though. I will say though, the Alfa Romeo 8C is the nicer, more fun car to drive. The 700 performance point Alfa Romeo 8C got around the green hill in 6 minutes 39. This Audi, meanwhile, managed a 6 minutes 34. 5 seconds a lap doesn't sound like much on the green hill, but that's still about a second per lap on a short track. So, that was my setup for the Audi R8 at 700 performance points. I hope it helped. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe and kick my bell so you get notified of my future uploads. Take care of yourself and ta-ra!